What's up, guys? SKNOVA here. Just finishing off another clan boss key for the day. Still using Unkillable. It's still not bad. This is my full auto team. Does about 25 million. Pure auto takes about 7 minutes. Easy three key nightmare. I have a different Unkillable team with 3 man eaters that can do it with about 30 million in kind of the same sort of time frame, but there's a few manual steps beforehand. So this is patch 1.13. Here we are. Definitely a lot more time now that there's no clan hopping going on. I mean, you can still clan hop, you just can't collect any keys. So I mean, you can't collect any chests. It's an interesting patch. It's a little bit later in the day. I mean, most people have, like, all content creators have created videos on this. I'm gonna give Setter a different take on it. After we just finish this up here, and finish getting the remainder of the key, we need to do about like 15 million of 25 million, so that's probably okay. We'll just leave here, see what we did. At 30 million, at 25 million, need 15-ish million. Don't go too far over, good enough. Done. Leave some damage for other people. And where am I? There, 73 million. Perfect. Leave it as it is. We're done. Battle Pass is actually pretty good. So I'm impressed with Battle Pass. The way it's implemented, the rewards, all of that is good. I've been playing around with it a little bit. I was a little bit freaked out at the beginning because it took 20 of these Eagle token things to get to level 1, and I thought, oh, multiply that by 100 and you need 2,000 coins, you're not going to be able to do it. It's going to cost you money to buy the levels, but that's only level 1 and 2. So because you get level 1 for free, I guess you have to use 20 to get to level 2, and then from then on it's just 10. So it's actually possible to complete this totally free to play. Of course, the rewards are much better if you get the gold pass, because you get a few extra epics and a legendary at the end. I'll just do my version of what these characters can do. This first guy I don't think is very good. The Ursine Crusher. He's interesting. He provides something that the Skinwalkers already kind of have, which is block cooldown skills and this new decreased crit rate buff, which might be good. It is an AoE attack, which is something the Skinwalkers have been missing. I was actually doing a Faction Wars video yesterday, which I didn't get to post, but one of my biggest complaints about Skinwalkers and Bannerlords is there's not enough characters with AoE attacks. So you can't put like stun gear and you can't keep them CC'd. So it makes those factions really hard. So there's a character with a pretty decent debuff. Decreasing crit rate is actually very important. You'll take less damage. And you can put a stun on him and it's a 3-turn ability. So that's not too bad. And he will probably go a lot because of this turn meter increase, and all that stuff is really good for Faction Wars. Turn meter increase is great. Turn meter decrease is fantastic. And putting defense down debuffs on the enemy team is amazing. This girl, probably nothing to write home about. Poison, extra damage and poison debuffs, and poison sensitivity stuff, but not as good as the level 1 who can apply the poison sensitivity debuff. Let's go with this guy. So the one thing that Bannerlords were missing was decreased defense. Like almost none of their heroes had it. I think Baron is one hero that has it, but it's not an AoE. This is the first Bannerlord with an AoE decreased defense. He's going to be a must-have in your Faction Wars team. It's kind of cool that he's a cool-looking reskin of Lord Chamfort with reindeer horns. He's a very powerful hero for Faction Wars. Outside of that, I mean, there's other heroes that can kind of do this and maybe be a little bit better, but kudos to them for realizing what the faction is missing and making a perfect hero to fit that. So Bannerlord is still going to be somewhat of a tough faction, but this guy will make it slightly easier. So expect to see him level 60 on most people's Bannerlord faction teams if they're going to try to finish it. So that's a great addition. Next we'll go to the Ursine Ironhide guy here. Where'd he go? Past him. This guy is also good for Skinwalkers. Really cool. So one of the important things for some of the boss levels is to have turn meter decrease. I actually can't remember which Faction Wars boss the Skinwalkers has for level 21, which is the hardest hardest boss in the game, but in all of them, I'm pretty sure having turn meter decrease is good. And this guy has a lot of it. He seems to be actually one of the best single target turn meter decreases in the game. Lysandra is up there too. But he has kind of this one ability, 7% turn meter, and his passive ability decreases target's turn meter by every time he's hit. So for an epic, probably one of the best. I think Lysandra still is the best, but I mean, Skinwalkers didn't have anybody really that did a lot of turn meter decrease, and he is great at it. So we're saying Ironhide is probably one you're going to pick for the boss levels. Again, he doesn't have that many AoE abilities. He has this one, and decrease attack is pretty good, but it's on a long cooldown, so he's not really used for the CC role entirely. But for the boss fight in particular, he might actually help you beat stage 21. So again, that's another good character designed for faction wars specifically. Outside of that, there's better heroes that do the same role. The gear rewards from some of these levels is pretty awesome. You get basically 8 weeks to do it. If you do everything every day, I mean, you can easily get 200 points a week, and you need 1100. So you'll finish this probably in about 5 weeks without buying the levels. It's funny that you can just buy them all straight away. And I think a lot of people have done that. Just be careful to make sure that your mailbox has been cleaned out and emptied out, so you're not destroying anything in your mailbox when you do pick up these rewards. That's important. But don't really need to purchase it. If you want to get closer to the end, you want to like bump yourself up so you get the higher rewards faster, I don't think that's unreasonable. Just you don't really have to do it. Not a huge hurry to get there. This guy is good, most likely. I think people are talking about him being pretty good. I wouldn't say he's like as game changing as Tormund was or like Hegemon was at during that meta, but still really good. He protects the lowest heroes. Reducing crit damage is really important in Arena. That's one of the damage abilities a lot of people like to stack. Increasing crit damage on your own team, again, really good. And being able to defend yourself on a 4th turn cooldown, also really good. To decrease defense, there's other heroes that have slightly higher passives or auras, so you can do that. But I mean, overall, pretty good. Good buffs, debuffs. But I wouldn't say not as game-changing as Tormund, but he's a good hero and being a void hero, and he looks really cool, so that's a pretty good pickup too. So all in all, I think this patch has some good points to it. I just think it's very lacking in content. Like, it's not really a lot in here that you're not going to do anyways. I'll go over some of the battle pass missions. We're already in day 2, so I misjoined the first day, but I completed all those. They are not too bad. Some of them where you have to defeat certain types of heroes. I think you can do this in campaign and in arena, so wherever you are, just defeat force champions and you can get that done. Some of the weekly challenges are kind of cool though. 100 debuffs on dungeon bosses while beating them. Just go run whatever dungeon boss you want. You probably, I think it counts poisons, decreased defense, all those things count. I ran Dragon 20, I don't know, 4 or 5 times and finished that one, so that's not too bad. Placing debuffs on enemies at arena is kind of a funny one. I'll show you my arena team in a match. My arena team, just the way it's designed, was 20 to 30 to 50 buffs if it's a long match on the enemy team anyways, so that one wasn't too hard for me. The heal one, I'll show you how I did that one really quick. There's not really much to game the sparring pit one or the sell artifacts. I think this is just the main 6 artifacts, not the accessories that count towards this. I just threw away a bunch of accessories and the bar did not move, so it only counts the actual artifacts that you throw away. So I'll show you how I did the campaign one pretty easily. So I put on Nightmare. You don't have to put on Nightmare, just you want it to go as long as possible, so you use the least amount of energy to do this. I did stage 6 here, didn't use this team. I threw in Bad L. So Bad L, all the heals from the continuous heal on all of your characters count. The AoE Bad L does that heals everybody counts as 4 times, I believe. I mean, I don't know the pure numbers, but I did 1 run and it basically did everything. Oh, got to include the vault. So if I was going to do this, I threw in a Bad L, I threw in Cetalia, Lugan, and Krisk. So not even the best choice. I could probably throw in 2 Bad Ls and make it even better. just because again you don't have to. One bad L will be enough, but even having heroes with lifesteal counts, Lugan who attacks and heals everybody else on the team, that counts. So yeah, so instead of Citadel, yeah, there you have my double Lugan combo. So this should probably do it too. So you do this. Now you don't have to have an amazing team by any means. Any team can do this. You can do this at any level. I just chose this one so it would go a little bit longer. Obviously, you don't want to lose the match because that makes it go faster. But you can see that the two bad L's, every one of these, and every time it ticks will count as a heal. That counts as 5 heals, 4 heals. Oh man, we lose a bad L. That counts as 4 heals again. That counts every one of these ticks. Now they all have 5 ticks every turn, so it takes 1 round. 16 energy to complete a weekly quest. I mean, not everyone has the exact heroes to do this, but you get kind of the idea that it doesn't take an insane amount of gear or heroes or anything special. You just pick the right heroes, I guess, with lifesteal even. That'll give you even more heals, and you do the content that you can beat without dying. That's not too hard for you. It could be Nightmare, it could be Brutal, whatever, doesn't matter. So it costs. You could do it on easy, right, with low level characters, and you still get it. So a very easy one to complete. I don't even know if it'll show how many heals I got here, but I'm probably past the 100 heal mark already just doing that. So that one is not too hard. I mean, the game, I think, has gotten a little bit less exciting for the people that are doing the clan boss hopping. You can see my video on that and the thoughts, because there's just not a lot of rewards. And this battle pass thing, the fact that you can buy it outright and be done with it, means that you probably have nothing to do in the game other than farm dungeons for the next, I don't know, month, 2 months before the next patch or update comes out. So there's not really anything super exciting about that. Let's show you my arena team too, and what it's like to, I don't know which match to do. Oh, go on. This one will work. So it shows teams that are a little bit tankier. I have a fairly tanky team. I can just put this on auto even. And it took me about 4 or 5 runs to get this. But every one of my characters has debuffs. That's 4 debuffs. That's 4 debuffs plus the leech, 5, 6. More debuffs when they hit Chris. There's putting up some debuffs. There's potentially another 4 debuffs. There's a poison. Those ones count. Those are 4 more debuffs. Sure, let's just do this. I missed. Then I can do it again. 4 more debuffs. Maybe they'll put decreased defense. I can't. Hard to tell. I'll just use the taunt again. Placing the taunts, but debuffs. So again, that one was not too hard to complete either. More debuffs, more debuffs. I'd like to see if I can get. There we go. So you get the HP burn and the freeze on somebody. Then you use Tormund's A2 and it does amazing damage as it goes through defense. Yeah, there we go. Boop, boop. And that's my arena team. I don't think my team's not great. It loses to Duchess teams because it really relies on getting that HP burn on the other team. If on defense, when I put this on auto, Kaimar doesn't use his cooldown reduction at the greatest time. Chris puts a ally defense, takes a lot of damage, and he often dies fairly fast, which I don't normally use when I'm attacking. So attacking, it does decently well against a lot of teams, except for Inithwi, Duchess, and Madame Ceres type teams, which are a lot. Those are top arena characters right now, but it does okay. Gets me in the platinum, and it got me the rewards for Battle Pass. So it maybe gives you some ideas on things that you can do. I'm not saying you have to use the same overpowered team to do it. I'm saying it's just very possible. Oops, go to weekly challenges. And now I just gotta go finish. I'm gonna go finish the selling artifacts, and this I'll just have to wait for. I swapped people into my sparring pit, which I didn't fully level. I just have 1 slot of each, and I put all these 4-star heroes, well, mostly 4-star heroes that will level relatively fast to try to get this, and then overnight I'll put back my higher level characters I kind of just put it in there and forget about it. So every day it comes in, but now that you have a reason to try to level up as many as you can, you might as well put in lower level characters and get it. Oh, I'll pass daily challenge. You get a lot of these, and the rewards are I think, very decent. Clan boss keys are not fantastic for a lot of people anymore, since there's no reason to get extra keys. It's actually interesting if they're still going to sell that Conqueror pack, which I think they're still going to offer, but the reason people were buying so many of these was for the clan boss keys, and they gave you more unkillable stuff and the energy refills. But back when they were, $4, $5, whatever it was, they were a really good deal. And as they increased in price, it became less and less good deals, worse deals. So I think they'll see a decrease in the amount of purchases on these. Also funny that the big gem pack came up today. This is what I was talking about in my unkillable video. This was basically 55 clan boss keys for a lot of people. They would buy all 3 of them, and they would burn through it in probably, less than a week, like 4 or 5 days, or less, depending on how crazy it was. And these gear packs, meh. Great Deal Mix pack, meh, not that great. This pack I haven't even bought either, because it was really about just the gems, and that's all I needed out of it, and the shards I had lots of anyways, but still a really good deal. Maybe I would buy that, but probably not even. I don't know. And all you have to do for one of your daily bonus battle pass rewards is collect all 6 of these. That gives you the last daily challenge here. And this Force one, which I'll probably even do this in campaign. I might do enough arena to do it. Some of the dungeons will give you this too, with the Force champions in there, so definitely not too hard to complete. So it's pretty easy to start powering through this. We're on day 2, and people are probably at level 9, 10, easily if you completed all the weekly ones, or people that bought keys have already finished it all. And too bad for you, because now you have nothing more to do for till the next patch. This at least gives something exciting to do. Well, people will probably do these anyways, but without the reward being there, would you want to go and spend money on a nightmare campaign mission for 16 energy when you don't need to? Probably not. It just makes it kind of fun along the way, so I would recommend don't go and buy them all outright. The end guy, unless you don't have an arena team kind of already, he's not going to get you to platinum. He's probably a decent character, but not like make or break it. And I don't think he will be entirely top tier for endgame arena, but he's good. He's just not absolutely amazing. So you don't need to rush to get him. I don't think a lot of people are out there rushing to finish Banner Lords and Skinwalker faction wars. So if you are, great, you might have a better chance of finishing them with these heroes that have come out, because they're pretty good for that purpose. But if you're looking to do that, you probably have better heroes for other areas of the game. So not a big deal. And these are just rewards that you probably want to get anyways. If you're totally free to play, gold mine, you might even be still getting login rewards, 90 login rewards, plus you get these with the gear is pretty decent. Plus I think you get one of the epic heroes, one of the rare heroes. It's good. If you are willing to go from free to play to be a small dolphin, I think the gold pass is totally worth it for the price that you pay. The amount of stuff that you're going to be getting for the price is really good over a long period of time. So not terrible. The funny thing is now with the XP change, it's not really a great time to power level your characters, because you actually get less experience on the missions than you did before. And I think they're planning on patching or fixing that, from what I've heard the rumors are. So I look forward to that too. So hopefully that's just a quick update on patch 1.13, the good, just not as good as it should have been after waiting for 3 months for a new patch, or longer for new content really, not just additions to old content. Really do need some new content. The hero balancing. I'm going to spend some time. I actually have all of the heroes that have been rebalanced. Angar, Yannicka, Sedalia, Shamrock. And I'm going to work on gearing them up a little bit and seeing how much damage does Angar do now. And Sedalia, is she somewhat decent now? Shamrock, I think, got some pretty decent buffs, so he might be pretty good right now. And Yannicka is the only one I still have at level 50. But we can pull them all out of the vault. Well, they've been hanging out for a little while and see how they do. So I'll probably do that in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been the patch 1.13 review by SKNOVA. See you guys in the next one.